Part two. Let's do it.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Fucking with y'all.
Oh my
Roll call. We're gonna do this shit right, y'all. We're gonna get some new callers on. Coach Mel gonna be on here with us and everything. Let's do it. Yeah. Roll call, roll call. Roll call, roll call. Yeah.
But I guess you didn't know. I guess I had a story told. But now I got the flow.
Yeah. Let me like this blunt. You got two callers coming in. Coach Mel's one of them.
Sometimes I say that you Saka, and now you know I die for you. Saka, Saka.
Yo, what's the deal?
Yo,
Yo,
what is good?
Coach Mel, what it is, man?
What's
Yo, hey,
good,
what it
Knuckle?
is, man?
What's good, world?
Yeah, we in the building, I kicked it off before I made that bow call, you know what I'm saying?
True.
A in the building, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, what it
Uh,
do? What it do? What it do?
Yeah, we ain't
good.
playing, nigga. Original Plaza. Here we go, here
Uh,
we go. Cause this is the
Nah.
original Plaza shit right here.
mm-hmm.
We got A on the line.
Y'all niggas is retarded.
I'm
2103A, you
not
I,
heard?
I
retarded. I'm telling the
definitely
goddamn truth.
I definitely tapped in to yesterday.
Okay, okay.
Definitely I was able to distinguish the generational difference between me and the people that Coach Rob mentioned.
Okay.
Definitely two different time zone way
Told you.
like a huge gap.
Right.
So I definitely felt old. So I was mad at that.
Now that's all right. I mean,
And and then then E mentioned some interesting names. One in particular, which he was my homie for real, which was Scooter.
Mm.
And
I
and
feel you on that.
and
Pause.
then may God rest his soul.
Word.
So um a lot of people don't know Scooter lived in 2103 and he lived where you know to be where Heck and his siblings lived at. Heck, Luce, and
Mm-hmm.
Manny. That was Scooter's apartment
On the fifth floor?
on the fifth floor. That was his apartment.
Oh, see, I know him as the first floor. Okay
Nah.
now. Okay
Now
now.
Mm-hmm.
we
Mm-hmm.
talking now you talk unfortunately now you're talking to me. So
Okay.
people don't realize that the plaza, the original plaza, never had gates. We
Right.
start off with that. Never had gates. The only gates that ever existed were the 4-foot gates that separated the parking lot.
Yes.
They were like,
The Silver Gates.
right. It was only up to your waist. We used to jump over those shits.
Facts.
That's the only gates that ever existed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He said,
The
let me let y'all know.
Good.
the and a lot of people don't know this. We had light poles inside of the plaza,
See,
full
I don't know
blown,
nothing
straight
about
up.
that.
Like you look up and straight up light poles, and the bulbs were these big round bowls.
Where was those light poles like located inside the plaza so people
Um,
could know
in
that
the
don't know?
by the benches where we used to stand to pitch, like when we were playing green ball.
So
and on the opposite sides of where the hold on, you got the whole mira shit going on over here.
stupid.
What the hell?
So where the slides were and the black mat,
Yeah.
one on each side.
Okay. Okay.
So and so I have I believe I'll definitely, when I find it, I have a picture from my balcony into the plaza, and you see one of the light bulbs. So if I come across it, I'll definitely send it to y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So y'all can have that vision of what it looked like. See, because 181st was a dead end street.
Okay.
So the people that know. So that shelter building that was there,
Yeah.
CeeLo was doing security there.
Okay.
So 181st and Mohegan was a dead end street.
Mm.
And then
You went far
and
back.
and then nah, I'm gonna give you, my nigga, I'm gonna tell you some shit that you're gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. So then, well, we know now to be the 99-cent store, the Spanish restaurant,
Yep.
the church, which before the church we all know it was Mama's spot, the pool room. That was an empty lot.
I remember that.
So the empty lot had chickens, roosters,
Oh, I don't remember
and
that.
so so like, you know how in Hornet, you know how in your old hood on 179 it got
179.
okay, so you know how we got the house with the Puerto Rican flags? That's what that was back in the day.
Oh shit, you right.
And that belonged to my step pops.
Oh.
So it was my step pops, and I'm gonna bring you back. You remember Pamela and her sister Kimberly?
Of course.
Okay, their father, may God rest his soul. His name was Papo. That was my father's right hand man.
Wow.
They would him and then Papo from the fourth floor from 2103. That he's the like, mechanic. He he was like, you know, the whole Puerto Rico crew. They was the ones that built that little house from scratch, and you know, did all the community work, and this the same thing like Gloria and Aby, my cousin Javi's parents, what
They
they
did that at
doing
the
on
block.
Hornet Day.
Yep.
Right,
I remember that
was
definitely.
that's where that came from.
So
From that spot.
So real quick, Rob, do you have any questions you want to ask original Plaza nigga right here? Because he's the original Plaza nigga.
Right. Yeah.
Well, imagine my family, along with Miss Terry, we were the first families inside 2103.
Hold up. Yeah. So, yo, Rob, you don't want to, I mean, ask him, you can ask him anything. Because he been there for
Right.
like,
You was born and raised, right? In the plaza? You're originally from the plaza, right?
Originally from Davidson.
Oh, Burnside Ave over there.
Yeah, West B
Jerome.
Killer B. You know what it is.
Right.
But
wait. What?
Yeah, university over there.
Get out of here.
That okay.
So he's
there's a
originally
school.
from
There's a
Davidson,
school called. There's a school called IS 306. In the 80s, in the 70s and 80s, there was a building there before that school was built. I was born in that building.
But where you was raised at?
Oh, now that's the question. That's the question you have to ask.
Yes.
Original 1981 Plaza boy.
Damn.
Okay.
Because you know
1981.
the plaza was built like 79, 80. So
that is correct. And
he's right there.
And if whoever knows the
Right.
reason why one building got 6 and the other one got 5. If you know, you know.
For real, nigga. We was yo, I ain't gonna even hold you. That's just me. Like even to 179, I used to say 915 is better than 901, which is true. 2103 is better than 2115, which is true. I'm sorry, but it is what it is, you know. But hey,
well, I respect.
It had the extra floor. or the people?
I respect. No, I respect that opinion. Like
Yeah, I mean,
because
it's my opinion. Other people
because in
got
the timeline that you came, 21, like my nigga, you became my neighbor. Don't like there was nothing
nigga.
more lit than that.
I always tell the story, nigga, and it's always the same. I know people probably be like, "Why you always say that story?" Because it's true. When I first came up that block,
The first
I
person,
chilled with A.
to accept, yeah, and
I
then
went to
the
school with the
first
nigga, and I
person,
know the nigga. You know what I'm saying?
and then the
So
first person your mom's hit it off with was my mom's when my
it's
mom's was
Cookie.
chefing it up,
Word.
and bam. Oh, here, Miss
Facts.
Denise. Oh, not even they. Let me rephrase that. My mom's didn't call her Miss Denise. She called her Miss Dada because she was always saying
Da
da
da,
da
yeah,
da
da
da da da
da, da da,
da
yeah,
da da
hell yeah, you
da.
gave me goosebumps.
So
Pause. Word. But
nah, 1000%.
can you
So
give me 5 families when you think? Don't include your family if you don't have to. So you ain't got to
nah,
include
I
your
won't
family.
because I'm nigga. I'm original Plaza. Like, what's there?
Give me 5 families when you come to mind when
When
people
I
say,
think of
"Oh, the
21,
Plaza 180th."
when I think of 2103.
No, the Plaza, the whole shit,
Okay, well,
Both sides. That's
both sides.
on both
Word.
sides. Okay, I'll give you 2103, and then I'll give you
No,
but
21.
no. You
hold
can't
on.
do that, eh? Oh shit, that's
Yeah,
Hold
my
on.
because
goddamn
you gotta
eye.
understand, it didn't fill up that as fast as people think.
No, but I want you to give me 5 families that when you think of the Plaza, you like, oh, I remember that family, this family, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
But
Okay,
hold
so
on, hold on, hey,
besides,
hold on.
yes,
Let's
sir.
get it clear for the world. The
Okay.
plaza
Okay,
consisted 2 buildings.
that's correct.
One was 2103, and then you
That's
had
correct.
2115.
2115.
Right. So it's 2 buildings, right?
Right. Yeah, eh?
1000%. Okay, so I'll start off with Miss Pat on the 6th floor.
That's crazy. God, that's
Miss
official right there.
Miss Pat. Then, um, I could be wrong on the floor.
You not wrong. Anything
Miss,
you say, you not wrong.
no, because the people that I'm mentioning is not wrong,
Right.
but I might misconstrue the floor. But
No,
to
she the
my
sixth floor.
but no, the next name I'm about to give.
Okay, okay.
So, and again, because I knew her personally, my mother knew her personally. Miss Terry was from the 3rd floor.
Yes.
Drano's moms.
Rest in peace, Drano. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my nigga, like when my mom's was sick, and my mom's, she had hurt herself one time, and that's a whole different topic.
Right.
My mom used to leave me Miss Terry. Miss Terry used to watch me when I was young.
Mm.
So that's how tight knit that building was. Like that
That
black
building's
and brown
official.
love is, nigga.
That shit real.
Our building was so diverse that I didn't grow up with racism.
All right. Let's not get off a topic now.
Nah, it's on the same topic. I'm telling you.
All right.
Because as I keep going, you're gonna hear the diversity.
All right. I already heard it already. You just said it. So
Okay,
Miss
because there
Terry,
was
Pat.
Miss Pat. Then you had there was this one dude that lived on the 1st floor, past the elevators. I think his name was also Junior. He was like a midget dude. He looked a little 730. He used to sell baseball cards and Marvel cards. Like, you remember how we had Junior from the corner store?
Yes, we did.
Well,
Yep.
I had a dude in my building who did the same thing for way lower
So
prices.
this is 2103?
This is 2103.
Okay. You got
So
2
then
more.
then you had
He trying to dig dirt. He trying to go.
then you got okay, next to Miss Terry, because I think Miss Terry lived 2 doors after the elevator. When you come out the elevator to your left, the next door was a Puerto Rican family that were cool with my older brothers, CeeLo.
What family is this?
I man, if I was able to get my brother on the phone, he will give you the whole layout, bro.
No, I
And
need
then
the family name. What's the like?
damn,
Who's the family? You don't know the mother? You don't.
Nah, man.
So you can't name them.
I just remember they. Yeah, but
I'm not saying. I'm saying
they
like
were
who come
there.
to mind? Like you said, Terry, Pat. You
Right.
know what I'm
That
saying?
family comes into name, and the only
Yeah, but
reason
if you
why I
don't know
know
that
that because
family
they used to
name,
come to my crib. Well, the the two cousins that lived there with the grandmother, their name was Margie and Mabel.
okay, there we go. Margie and Mabel. There we go.
So I just don't remember their mom's or the grandmother's name. But
That's all
she was
right.
the
You know
one that
their
lived in
name.
that apartment. But I remember their name because I used to hear stories how they used to pick me up and take me to the front of the plaza when I was in Pampers.
He said,
Yeah, like that's how it was told to me. Then as time went on,
"Who you got?"
obviously you can't mention 2115 without mentioning Pablo Senior,
So
who happens
Pablo.
to be may God rest his soul, who happens to be Alex, Pablo, rest in peace, Stevie Ling, their
Yeah.
father.
All right. So
He's
you got.
senior.
All right.
Obviously, Kimberly, Pamela, parents, Papo and their moms, they original 2115.
So you said 6 just now. I said 5.
I could, I could
I
keep
know you can
going
keep
because
on, but that's for another time because I don't want to get people to get the idea like, oh, I remember. Because if you don't remember, you don't remember. That means they ain't put an impact in your life, or you just didn't remember. You feel me? Like,
right.
yeah.
We
So
won't downplay like you don't remember them because there are other people
right, there's a
that
lot of
came
people that I seen. You
because
know, like
you even had Spanish Kimberly. Her mother, I
I know who
believe
you're
her
talking
mother
about.
name was Gladys. That
Yep,
her and Joy Mercedes were best friends when we was in school.
I know who Kimberly is, nigga.
She lived in our building, and she had a little
Yeah,
brother named Angel.
yep, and then they moved to
And
the other side.
then that's right. Then they moved to the other side.
I was,
That's
you gotta remember this, right? I want everyone to remember this. A been there before. A been there. I was a
before.
teenager when I got there. Put it like
Yeah,
that,
I was.
right?
You could say before, damn near
14
before
years, 14,
everybody.
15 years before me, right? But I still seen the people that was original there. Like
No,
a
1000%.
lot of them,
There was still the people were still there. Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody had
some of
moved
them,
out.
right.
And then I remember when uh I'm trying to remember the sister's name. I think it was Diane, Danny. They were originally from your side of town on 179.
Oh,
They
well,
were
we talking about when
they were but they were
we ain't gonna
Dominican.
talk about 49 business.
TFM all
Yo,
day.
hold
Yo,
up.
check it. Yo,
Oh shit.
but
That
they
shit
have
crazy.
moved. Listen, but they have. Like it's all the same topic. They wind up moving to the plaza, and then that's how it started to get more diverse because now you have blacks, Puerto Ricans, and Dominicans.
Dominicans been there.
Originally, oh no,
Oh, no, I don't know about originally,
no,
but
no. When you got there, they were getting there too. They only had a
they
couple of
been
years.
there.
They had a
You
couple of
forgot the
years
lady
in
on
the
the second floor.
building.
What's that? I don't know her name. She's always look at the in 2103. The green boys sometimes used to go up there, whatever, with people throw or whatever, and we used to be in front of the building. She lived right there on the second floor. You know what I'm talking about? Darcy, well, she's Puerto Rican, but the other lady was Dominican, the one that was
Yeah,
lived by her.
you're talking about 2115.
It was Dominicans there because Aquile, Camel Isaac, they
They
was
came
there.
later. They came later, yes. But they came later.
They was there for a long time. Right.
Yes. Remember, I'm older than
That was the
little
only
Isaac.
that was the only Dominicans? No, right?
No, and again, I can only tell you what I remember. Now,
Okay. All right.
now we're gonna get into when we're finally able to come outside. Then now I can tell you this
All
person,
right,
that person, this person, that person, this person.
Because you just flipped the script just now. And I could honestly say I didn't do it.
Oh shit,
but who was outside, in that plaza?
Right.
Before I
bro!
got there.
Who was out there?
Before I
Like,
got there, because when I got there, I knew who was outside. Before I got there,
okay,
who was
I'm
outside?
gonna leave. I'm gonna give you names that Elizardo left out.
Okay.
The number one name, and I never had no quarrels with him, was Cross-Eyed Chino,
He was
Jermaine's older
outside.
brother, and Veronica's brother.
See, but you know the
They
funny thing
lived.
is?
They lived. They lived in
So
the
let me ask you a
building.
question. I'm gonna
What's
ask
up?
you a question because you've been
Okay.
there forever, right?
Okay.
Do you consider that the plaza? Because
I
me
consider.
personally, listen,
Okay.
hold
I
up.
could. Okay. I mean,
No, no, no,
I
no, no,
won't,
no.
because a
If you
lot of our friends came from that side of the street. So
how many
if you want to call it honorary members of the plaza,
niggas said
spectators of the plaza, or
no,
like,
I'm saying
it's still within the community.
no, I'm asking you. Because
Oh,
some
for
people
me,
could
no, 1,000% they family, 1,000%.
they plaza. You consider that the
They
plaza.
plaza, no ifs, ands, or buts, because those families hanged out in in my family's
And the
house, or I
plaza.
was in their house. Yes,
That was a nice chill,
especially
benches.
the number one, or the other person I can mention is Alberto, his brother Caesar.
I remember him.
Pretty boy
I
outside.
don't know about all that,
Like, these are they
but
older than us. So these are the people that I'm
right.
watching from my window or my balcony, the people that outside.
Mm,
You understand?
I definitely understand.
This is who's outside, with the shorties and doing what they doing when it was our turn, doing the same thing they were doing, just in a different generation.
Yo, Rob, you got any questions?
Nah,
Right
I'm
now, I
just
know you just
listening because
listening, which I
y'all
know we're
going
going
far
back and
back that
forth, but
I
I
don't.
know, but I want you to be,
Mhm.
involved. Pause. But like, you can
Yeah, I'm
ask him
just saying.
anything, like, yo, who, like, whatever from the plaza,
Right.
like far as plaza, like, you
Nah,
think
but
he's right
he
considering that the
mentioned
plaza?
say again.
Pretty much like what you remember in the plaza. Any good fights? Any good
Well,
action? Anything
yeah.
going on?
Okay, the answer, because and again,
Plaza was chill.
I have an old
Plaza
school
was chill.
mentality. I have an old school mentality. So the answer to that is yes, but that is not my story to tell.
Right. I feel you.
Right.
I feel you on that.
1,000.
Mhm.
I've seen it all of it.
So
Yeah.
you was
But
basically
it is not my story to tell.
Right.
when it was the slides and the seesaws.
One
Uh
thousand percent.
yeah,
One
because
thousand
I didn't see
percent.
none of that. I seen the ending of the seesaw. The ending.
Right. Just the pole.
Pause, like,
Right.
like, what the fuck? All right, cool. I wasn't on that type of time. I was on
Winter times, playing wrestling at the mat, jumping from the top of the of the slide, elbow whoever was down there,
mm,
playing football. One name that Elizardo did forget to mention, because he mentioned the important names, but
I feel like everybody's important
no,
if
one
you feel
thousand
like
percent. But
right.
you got, like, to give detail, because he mentioned Ivan, right?
I was on the side. Ain't he?
Right. Yes,
Yeah.
1,000%. But he
Nigga
chilled
said
in the plaza.
1000%. This nigga's huh?
He chilled
It's
in the
in the
plaza
plaza.
though.
Right.
What he failed to mention, which is Ellie's cousins, Billy and Chris, the
Billy.
brothers that lived on Daly, and they from Daly, between
Oh, I know.
181st and 180, and they lived in the plaza.
Billy was official.
Solid dude, bro. Solid dude. And then how we used to play slugs right on the wall on their
Yo, that's
side.
crazy. Wait a minute. So how
Oh, and most importantly, a kid named Chivi who lived on the fourth floor. He was part of that. He was part of us before
2103?
Elizardo. Yes, before Elizardo got there.
Yeah, because I don't know who that is.
Yeah, nah.
I was not in the plaza. My mom's prohibited. You go up there, whoop your ass. Cool. I'm good. I'm on 179. I'm doing what I'm
right.
doing here. You feel me? So
Yeah. Now we used to go down there, but at the end of the day, we still went down on the weekends to play sponge ball, handball.
who did?
I did.
Because now don't set people up, eh?
No, no, no. Well, I'm speaking for me. I know I
Okay,
did.
okay. Because don't be setting people up.
Because and if anyone needs to corroborate that, you could ask Big Pito.
No,
Big Pito lived in the handball court.
definite. You was there.
And
Hey,
then
I know.
and then when I was playing SpongeBob, they only Coach Agardo and Cherokee only let me to play SpongeBob if Pito or Dominican Danny was pitching,
Yeah, that was
which was Broncos
later.
tournament.
I was already in the plaza.
Yeah. But
hell
even
yeah.
still in all, like, cause remember one of my brother's wifey lived in your hood.
I'm about to say, don't you feel me? I'm about to say I already know what you're talking about, but don't. But yeah,
So
hell yeah. Yeah, because we gonna get see how I'm doing the plaza right now.
yeah.
Oh, we gonna get to 179. I
No, of
hope y'all
course.
believe that. Because
Oh
that's
yeah,
a
we're
whole
gonna go to
different.
Well, you
179.
gotta
Huh?
you gotta you
What?
gotta do it. You gotta definitely do it justice because you gotta
Hell yeah.
understand everybody that lived in the plaza had to go to your and people. A lot of people don't know this,
They
but a
don't.
lot of people in the plaza had to go to your hood to pay the
Pay
rent
rent. That's a
That's
fact.
right.
My
on the
building.
side of the
building.
building.
My
And go
building.
down.
My building.
Yeah,
Not your building.
Oh yeah. It was
It's
across.
my
You're right.
building. Your building
Yes.
was dirty.
That-
Not saying
yeah,
like that. It wasn't dirty. It
no.
wasn't dirty. It wasn't dirty. My
We
bad.
had the super.
Yeah.
The super lived in my building.
The super lived in your
The
building.
Right,
Nigga, we
right.
got the office.
Yeah,
So you have
that's
to go
right.
down. You have to go.
Yeah, down the hill to the right side.
Holy
yeah,
shit, fellas, my bad. I got this
Yeah. Hey.
Yo.
coconut
hey.
mojito.
Yo, do your thing.
No, we good.
Oh, okay. Because like I don't want to
Yeah, because I had two
Nah.
questions for A. I need to
say
know,
talk your
A.
shit, bro.
I need to know, A. I
What's
need
up?
2 major events that happened to you on the 80th on the plaza that you remember from back in the day.
That happened directly to me.
To you, yeah.
Oh shit.
Niggas try to rob you. Niggas, I mean.
Definitely. No,
Niggas
definitely
ain't doing
one.
that.
No. Believe it or not, when and it happened to
So the
any.
80th is crazy, and I'm not just talking the plaza.
It happened to any. It could. I promise you, people
happen to anybody.
probably don't got the heart to admit it, but I definitely got. When I was trapping
I feel you.
on the 81st, I
It can happen to
definitely.
anybody.
I don't give a fuck who you are, how tough you
Right.
think you are. It's gonna happen. So yeah, that definitely happened to me once, and then on one time, damn man, I don't should I?
What I should.
But then
I'm
again,
gonna
it did
rephrase.
happen.
Now we ain't gonna even do that. I'm gonna rephrase the question. What was your best memory in the plaza as a kid?
As a kid,
Like you look forward to that day.
Playing-
Matter of fact, that day was like one of your best days in the plaza. Put it like that.
bro. And this is no cap, bro. Whenever I was able to go outside to see because you
Yeah, I feel you.
you definitely, what we doing today. We playing green ball, we playing manhunt through the buildings. We hot piece of butter, niggas was whipping niggas with the belt with the buckle, like just learning how to be outside, playing marbles on because before they did the whole tar where the slides used to be, that was all dirt. So we used to play marbles there. And I used to come off. Hell yeah, I used to come off until fucking cross-eyed Chino came with some big donkey boulder looking shit and took my whole shit. Like, so I was devastated behind that one. But yo, every day, because see, it's not like now that we got phones and you call a nigga and yo, what's up? You coming outside? Now you have to go outside to see who was outside. That's how you know who's outside.
Oh, nigga knocking on your door like, yo, can Eric come outside?
Yeah.
Right.
And you already know. And if I couldn't, 9 times out of 10, most of y'all was in my crib and we were playing Nintendo.
Facts.
And everybody knew my mom's. That was her shit, Nintendo.
You stupid.
For real,
my mom's
like,
too. Nintendo, Atari, all that shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I had the Atari 2500.
I don't know what the fuck that is. I just had an Atari. Like it's just when it came on, Atari. It already had a game built in it. Niggas already had technology back then, so it was like
Yeah, yeah. So,
crazy.
being able to go outside was the best memories because you're creating them as you go.
Yeah,
And
I feel
now
you.
that and now that and again, because we had prior conversations, the fact that we're the age where we are, especially now I'm speaking about myself, the lifestyle that I chose to live, and I'm able to see the age that I am right now, I'm
Blessings.
grateful for all those moments.
Word, blessings.
So I can't take, I will never take none of those moments for granted. Good, bad,
So
ugly, fucked up.
basically going outside.
Going outside was the best. Even if you wasn't allowed to go outside, and I got sent to the store, that store run was like an hour and a half long
Mm.
just to get Mom Duke's 240 ounces.
It's crazy because I went from a fire escape to a balcony.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Oh, most
Definitely
importantly,
crazy. Yeah.
and I play myself by leaving them out. Ellie's moms, Ellie and Caesar,
Word.
because
But
Sonny lived on the
one person.
Sonny and his moms lived on the second floor, right above, like where how we do all the candles for Drano.
Yep.
That balcony right there, that's where Sonny and his mom is from.
I'm gonna tell you one person y'all all forgot.
All right, hold up. Let me get away from this music.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm naming some good people though. Real good people.
And
Real good people.
I'm sure, but and again,
Yo,
it's just me listening to what you had going on with Coach Ra
and
and
E.
Elizardo
Yeah, right.
allowed me to trigger other
Other
names,
people,
and
right.
hopefully somebody that listens to what we got going on triggers names that I might have missed out. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even want to name the names. I'm not doing that. I
Okay.
want people to do it so I can know where if they was basically outside in the plaza, like, playing as a kid, being a
Yeah, I mean,
teenager,
because then later on you had Anthony, obviously Little Camel, Johnny, Dominican Johnny, and his brother Giovanni,
right.
um, David from the first floor,
Yep.
um,
Bless.
Thank you.
let me see. Shit, I can go. Fuck.
The
And
boat
then
call, y'all.
then you have Bright's family on the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
Can't forget about them.
Yeah, they was there before
They
before me.
yeah, they originals. Um Fuck man. I mean,
What about sixth floor? Fat Cat Ant.
Is all right. Is all right. No. I don't want him to name no more. Because other people
no,
it can trigger other people.
at
You
this
feel me?
point, the names you're gonna mention is for when you decided to chill in the plaza now.
Who, me? Oh,
Coach Rock.
Coach Ra?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Those are the people I was
No,
hanging out with.
there's no probably 1,000%.
He named
Because
Ty.
so yeah, that's 2115. Tyrone. Tyrone's originally from Davidson.
Yes, that's what I said. I thought he was right.
He's 2115.
21.
I
I
thought he
thought
was
he was.
2103.
Yeah, he was on the
He's
sixth
No,
floor.
2103.
No, 2103. You're right. My bad.
Yeah.
No,
He's
you're right. You're right. I
2103.
fucked up on that one. But
The boat call, y'all. Where you at,
his
A, right now? You about to eat?
hell no. I'm just sipping on a coconut mojito.
And you about to work and
Um,
shit?
nah, I was, but because of the rain, they canceled. So now I'm just chilling.
All right. Fuck it.
I'm chilling. So
You and
it ain't really a waste of a day. Not I get to get real.
That nigga said ain't wasted. Wait, what?
Yeah, I get to get reacquainted with my liver for the first time in a while.
All right. Okay. You said tequila's in there? You drinking that shit like that?
Nah, it's coconut mojito.
It's still liquor, right?